Has this ever happened to you? Someone met you, talked to you, maybe for a long time, and the next time they saw you, they had completely forgotten your name, and somewhere inside, you felt a little hurt, like you just weren't important enough. That feeling is natural. We've all been there. But here's something most people don't know. People who constantly forget names, their brain is actually wired differently than others. It's not carelessness, it's their cognitive signature, meaning their brain processes information differently. And behind this cognitive signature, there's an entire psychology that very few people actually understand. That's exactly what we're going to talk about today. First, understand this. Remembering a name, it's not just a memory task. It's a multi-step psychological process. When you meet someone, your brain is processing so many things at once: their face, their voice, their expression, the content of the conversation. And a name, in the middle of all this, is just an abstract sound. No visual, no meaning, just a word. And the brain has one natural tendency. Anything that isn't emotionally attached gets easily discarded. So forgetting a name, it's not the brain failing. It's the brain's priority system doing exactly what it was built to do. So first thing, when you meet someone, in that moment, the brain does something called encoding, meaning storing new information inside. But encoding only happens when the brain is fully present. And that's exactly the problem. In a first meeting, most people's brains are not present. They're so busy inside with their own anxiety, their own impressions, that even after hearing the name, the brain never actually registers it. This isn't forgetting. This is never knowing, meaning you heard the name, but you never really knew it. And maybe that's why you think you forgot. But the truth is, you never caught it in the first place. It passed through, but it never stayed. So the real question becomes, if the brain is so smart, then why isn't it present? And this is where social anxiety comes in. People who are socially anxious, their brain in social situations is constantly doing one thing: threat detection. They're continuously monitoring the flow of conversation, their own tone, the other person's reaction. In this constant monitoring, information like a name becomes irrelevant to the brain. This isn't just shyness. It's a deep psychological state where all of the brain's resources concentrate in one place, and everything else fades into the background. And when all the brain's resources concentrate in one place, something else naturally happens: working memory overload. Every person has a working memory capacity. It's the space in the mind where new information is temporarily stored before being processed. When there's anxiety, when there's stress, this capacity shrinks. And when it shrinks, new information, like someone's name, simply finds no room. This isn't laziness. This is a biological limitation of the brain. So the problem isn't you. Your system was just overloaded. Maybe you're thinking right now, if all of this is so natural, can it actually be changed? Yes, absolutely. If you're someone who forgets names, this is not a failure of your character, but it is a signal that your brain isn't fully present in first meetings. And presence is something you can practice. When someone tells you their name, repeat the name once in your head, and if possible, use it once in the conversation. Nice to meet you, James. It's a small habit, but slowly it starts to change your presence. And if you're someone whose name people keep forgetting, this is not a measure of your value. Sometimes people don't forget you. They just couldn't fully reach you in that moment. And that says a lot more about them than it does about you. We judge people for their small psychological patterns without ever understanding what's actually going on behind that pattern. Forgetting a name isn't always carelessness. It's a brain that's already carrying a lot. And understanding that is probably the biggest thing we can do for each other. Because sometimes remembering isn't a skill, it's presence.